Hello, a quick video on how to trim the flight feathers of a duck. This can work for chickens. Their wings are constructed roughly the same way. So I'm going to show you the basic construction of a wing, different feathers, and then where to cut. So essentially, this process helps if you have peas around to keep your duck happy. But essentially, what we're looking at is the wing. And so if you get up under their little wing pit and just sort of gently pull it out, you'll see a variety of kinds of feathers. You're doing great. This is Thunder, by the way, adolescent male Muscovy duck. So what you're looking at right here, these big ones, the big white ones, are primary flight feathers. And so those are the ones that give him most of his lift. Whoa. And then we have secondary flight feathers. They're the ones that are slightly shorter right here. And then we have this layer here called the covert feathers. And so what we're looking to do is trim these long flight feathers so that he doesn't have the lift that he needs to fly. And we're going to trim them right at the layer of the covert feathers. And so what you can do is either a complete trim or a partial trim. And the partial trim leaves the last few whole flight feathers right up here at the front of the wing, and you cut the rest of the flight feathers. And so by doing that, it sort of keeps it a little bit more comfortable for the birds, so that they're like used to having that length and the ends of their wings there. And so I think that's just something that we choose to do. You can cut those feathers off as well at that same level. So it's your choice. Oh, you get Nancy. You need a bee. Here you go. Yeah, and so you just want to use a nice sharp pair of scissors, make a clean cut right up against the direction of the feathers. This process works way better with two people, one person holding the bird, the other working with the wing. You can do it with one. It just sort of also depends on the temperament of the bird. This guy's pretty chill, and I actually tried getting him once and it didn't work so well, so let's just see how I do. But again, what I'm looking to do is just sort of start trimming these larger flight feathers up against this line where the covert feathers start. And so what I'll probably do is just take a few at a time. So right about there. And I'll try and get my scissors underneath. Get away. It's like, what are you doing? Nothing. Okay. And just to quell any of your anxiety out there, there's no blood flowing through these feathers. It's a haircut for them, but their hair grows back once a year when they molt. So that's a nice clean cut. We've stayed actually even a little bit above the coverts, so he'll have a bit more lift, but he'll still be okay. I also recommend leaving a few of these end feathers just for the sake of letting them be able to flap, to have a little bit of lift in case they jump off of something or they crawl out of your arms or something where they actually need to land safely. They'll be able to do that much easier if they have a little bit of lift power. Okay, so then same deal, just like picking a few, meeting at that same level. Off they go. And I'll probably leave 3 solid primary flight feathers here. You are doing so good, Thunder. Good boy. Don't jinx it. Okay. And then finally we've got... Whoop. Hang on, boy. You're good. You're good. You're okay. It's okay. Shh, shh, shh. Yeah. Peas. 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 Here we go. Okay. He's going to start wigging out. Alright, last one. So, let's take 3 of these last feathers or so in this last group right here. Okay, quick and easy. No. Oh, come on, you bird. Well, the downside of working alone. I'll trim those last feathers off and he'll be ready. Otherwise, let me know if you have any questions and I'll help as best I can, but good luck. So this is the finished wing. You can see that we've cut through the primary flight feathers, secondary flight feathers. We've left a few flight feathers on the end, and we used more or less, I mean, it's not a perfect line right there, that's the difference, but you can see the coverts here were sort of our guiding line. So he's got a bit more wing than maybe he needs, and if we feel like he is starting to flutter around, we can trim off more of those feathers. But it is a remarkable difference between how much he would have had and how much he currently has. So, happy chopping.